Hey, what's going on, guys? KitsuneTCG here, back with another deck profile, and I thought I would go ahead and show off another deck that got a little bit of a buff post-Banlist, and that is obviously Drytron. With Eva coming back to 1, I think this deck becomes a whole lot more interesting. Herald of Perfection, you just kind of get a few more negates for it, so it definitely just makes this strategy a whole lot stronger. Probably slotting in Tier 2, definitely a very kind of strong deck. If you are very familiar with the Drytron strategy, I think you can obviously see a lot of success. The deck was pretty good before the unban of Eva, but I think it just gets a whole lot better after the fact. So I thought I'd just kind of go through, show off the deck, and talk about what exactly you're wanting to do with it and what it's kind of capable of. So Orange Light, playing 3 of is, I think, the best one in here to do. Obviously, a generic monster negate's great, but it's also just something that you can pitch with Herald of Perfection. We do have 3 alpha. This is obviously your easiest way to get to either Ben 10, or if you need to get to Herald of Perfection or any other of your ritual monsters, alpha is obviously the easiest way to do that. Zeta, you obviously need access to the ritual spell, so playing 3 of Zeta is also really important. And definitely, usually you can see some of these in your opening hand, but obviously you have some other ways to search it out, like the new Drytron new. This obviously can search out another Drytron monster, so just kind of gives you a little bit more consistency, so, you know, definitely makes this deck a whole lot more consistent with the addition. We do also have 2 Gamma. You know, obviously you're able to send this off of the Exceed, so you don't need to run more than 2. And it's the same reason we only have 1 of Delta. You can send it if you already have access to the Gamma, or maybe you don't need the Gamma in the turn. Just a great way to get an additional draw. And then finally, we have the Ursartic Alpha. You know, again, another really just great way to kind of get another monster on board. Can obviously be summoned if you have a Drytron card on the field. So it just kind of helps you with your link climbing at the end of the turn. We do have Choju here. Again, another really kind of great thing, that just being able to summon it out, you're able to add a ritual monster, ritual spell, so really just kind of helps, you know, add a little bit more consistency to the deck, and obviously it's really easy to search being a fairy. Just the same thing for Diviner, you only need to play 1 of it, it's obviously really easy to search out. And it gives you kind of a few different options. You know, you can send Herald to add a ritual monster or ritual spell, you can add Intis for, or send Intis for a pop, or you can even send Eva if you're, you know, needing to get some more fairies in hand. So definitely just kind of a little bit of an interesting card that kind of really just balances out, helps you kind of add a little more consistency. And then Eva, obviously being able to banish other fairies to add fairies to hand, just a really great way to replenish your hand for Herald of Perfection. And 3 Ben 10, again, you know, obviously this is your easiest way to add fairies. Great card, easy to ritual summon, and just kind of helps makes this strategy what it is. And then you have Natasha here, which is obviously just another really great card. Works in a time scenario with being able to gain life points equal to half of a monster's attack. And then just being able to bring itself back, plus taking control of an opponent's monster, is just really great. This card is definitely a must include, and it definitely kind of comes up in a lot of different scenarios. We've obviously, you know, now have cut the other Drytron rituals, and you're just playing this one. Great to be able to, you know, work as a monster negate. If you're able to bring it out, it's not super necessary. You obviously have pretty easy access through Herald of Perfection, but it just kind of gives you another option as well as just a big 5k beater. And then you have the 1 of Herald of Perfection. 3 Cyber Emergency, obviously been a staple in this deck, you know, just being able to add a light machine monster, which is what all of the Drytrons are. Drytron Nova, perpetually expensive card for no reason whatsoever, hopefully gets a reprint soon, but is generically really good to be able to bring out any Drytron that you maybe need. 3 Droplet. 2 Preparations of Right, obviously another way for you to get access to Ben 10. And then we do have Fafnir, just another copy of Nova, essentially. Or, you know, if you really need it, you can grab the ritual spell. And then the 1 of Dawn of the Herald, as well as 1 Foolish Burial. Again, just another kind of generic way to get something engraved to kind of help start your plays. 1 Called by the Grave. And then the trap here, the Azaroon. Obviously, one of the things you are ending on is that top hat hair, so just being able to have this in here and just give you kind of another monster, special summon negate is obviously pretty good. And then the extra, we have the Intis and the Herald here to send off of Diviner. We've got 2 Mu Beta Fafnir. You only really need 2. Doesn't come up a whole lot that you would ever really need a third if you're kind of getting into that bit of a grind game. You definitely are on a bit of a back foot there. Just 1 Assemble Nightingale. We've got the 1 Downerd and Zeus. Obviously a really great package going second, just being able to clear your opponent's board, and then you can kind of go from there as far as trying to set up a board of your own. We do have Anima here. Obviously, most people are playing around Anima since it is a card that's in a lot of decks, but, when it comes up, it's great. Plus, generically, just a great way to be able to go into SP. You do have the Herald link here. Just another kind of way to do a spell trap negate if you need it, but, obviously Herald of Perfection is the better option, but it's just something that you have available to you. Dynamondo, this is a ritual deck, so definitely something that you're able to have access to. Doesn't come up a whole lot, but it's worth playing one of it. IP is definitely one of your main inboard targets that you're looking for, just being able to go into SP, whatever you need access to. But we do have the SP, we have the Silhouette Rabbit, and then the Nightmare Phoenix, and finally Access Code Talker to be able to kind of push for game. And yeah, the deck is, I think, very interesting. That's definitely a very fun strategy. And yeah, let me know down below what y'all think, and I will see y'all next time.